Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Very interesting change of opinion coming from the intelligence community. And that has to do with the Wagner Group, the mercenary group Wagner, the private military company, contractor, led by Prigozhin, Yevgeny Prigozhin, remember? Well, for about I don't know how many years before the invasion of Russian forces in Ukraine, we've been told by the holders of the truth, that Prigozhin is the boss of Wagner and he founded it and he's in charge and he's the biggest guy. Well, now we find that he's not. Now, which one is it? How come you just figured it out today? Well, if he's not the boss, if he's still, responsible for war crimes, he's still a war criminal, or he's not? I mean, I would like to know. So let's see what these guys are telling us now. What are we supposed to know, and what we are not supposed to know? This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine. It's from January 29th, 2023, and this is the title. Prigozhin, this guy right here, not in control of Wagner Group, general staff, but is only, and I'm quoting, a media personality. This guy over here. Okay, if he's just a media personality, you're not in command. Any roles? You know how things go. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the so-called warlord of the Russian Wagner mercenary company, has little control of its military command and is basically a figurehead for the group, Ukrainian military intelligence believes. Well, if he is like that, how is Zelensky then? The great hero of the world, the great general. I think even Napoleon Bonaparte, or General Patton, or other generals in the world pale compared with Zelensky. What I think it is, first, I don't know if this guy's in charge or not, but you've been saying this for years. The guy's right here in the back looks like Prince Harry. Look at that guy. Hey, Harry, is that you? No, you can't be. You shit your pants. Anyway, so what I think these guys are trying to do is to diminish these guys' aura of warlord. You see how they used here warlord? The so-called warlord. So this guy probably gets some, admiration in the Russian public, and they are trying to say, actually, he's not him. Okay, who's the guy? They're not going to point to another one. Why? For the same reason. Because they're going to make that guy maybe admired by some people. I'm just guessing, The Russian oligarch, who is said to be the founder, you guys said, the Western countries said all the time that he is the founder of Wagner Group, private military company. And I'm quoting, mostly plays the role of a media personality. Andriy Usov, a spokesman for Ukraine's military intelligence directorate, said on Ukrainian national television on January 29. All right, and I'm quoting, Prigozhin primarily plays media and political roles. He doesn't run Wagner's combat units or the general staff. What? Do you think he's going to be right there in front of his units with his AK-47 or something? No, and about the general staff, maybe he doesn't have to. He's the owner. He's just providing business opportunities, I'm guessing, and contracts, and he has connections like many others. Do you think that, what's his name? What is his name? Prince? What's his name? I can't remember. Mike Prince. I think that was the guy's name for the Blackwater. The first one I ever heard. I don't think it's Mike, but anyway, maybe Mike Prince, the one who founded Blackwater. The same. He's not a mercenary. He's just a private military contractor in Iraq. Remember those guys? Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure he was in the front row over there. I think he had some training though I think he was in the military somewhere. But nevertheless, Prigozhin, nicknamed, and I'm quoting, Putin Chef, by you guys, again, because his companies are said to have provided catering services to the Kremlin regime of Russian dictator Vladimir Putin, has been openly critical of the Russian regular army's poor performance during its invasion of Ukraine. This is said to have brought him into conflict with the Russian regular army and its leadership, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, and Chief of the Russian General Staff and First Deputy Defense Minister General Valery Gerasimov. Well, these guys are making fun. This guy, you have to be consistent, my friends. They made fun of Shoigu because Shoigu is, I don't know what is, mathematician or whatever his training, and he's a general, he's a defense minister or something. How come and all that? You gotta make. And then they say, well, Shoigu is weak. Shoigu disappeared. Shoigu is not in charge. And all of a sudden we find out that Shoigu and Gerasimov are in charge. Now, which one is it? We find that Putin is the dictator, but then after we find that Putin is the dictator, we also find that Putin talks with his staff, he might be overthrown, there are people around him who don't like him, people who speak up against him. How is that possible? On the other hand, well, Putin kills his nemesis, imprisons them, eliminates everybody, but people speak up. What do you mean? I mean, you gotta make up your mind. If you're a dictator like Stalin, bang, bang, bang. Oh, different kind of dictators. Putin was portrayed as that kind of dictator, eliminating his competition, remember, his opposition, Navalny, remember that guy, who did some certain, I think it was embezzlement or something with the taxes, like Al Capone, something like that, and then he was put on probation, on parole, and then he went to Germany against the parole. When he came back, breaking the law, he was rearrested. And then he is the opposition. Well, he might be the opposition, but if you do something illegal, I think the law should work against him. And if Putin would have been that guy that we're told he is, and I don't know if he's not, Navalny would have been gone a long time ago. Like the big mafia people are doing, is going to disappear in a big barrel of acid. Really? Talk about, and he's still alive, and he speaks and tweets from jail. I'm talking about Navalny. Okay, yeah. I'm not defending either or, but I'm just saying these guys are not consistent with whatever they give us. You can't be good here and bad there. Like you say, okay, Hitler was all bad. Okay, but then you find out that Hitler did this and did that, highways, freeways and all that. Which one is it? Oh, it's both? And I picked that guy just because he's the easiest example I can give, Let's see. Video have also emerged at Prigozhin touring Russian prisons, offering convicts contract as mercenaries. He employs them in his private military company. Now you call them mercenaries. Okay, I don't know if they're mercenaries or not, but he employs them over there and say, you want to fight for this company, 6 months, I think is the program. If you're alive, then you go back into society. Start over. Okay, well, it's a deal. I don't know. As I said, that's a guy's a dictator. This is a mercenary. He's not what he says he is, or this guy said he is. It's I don't want to say confusing because I know what these guys are doing. I've been watching them. Ukraine's military says the Wagner mercenaries have suffered huge casualties during their assault on the Ukrainian towns of Soledar, which they already conquered, and Bakhmut in Donetsk Oblast, which is still fighting over there, which waves of poorly trained and equipped convicts being sent to assault Ukraine defenses. U.S. newspaper The New York Times reported on January 24 that of 50,000 Wagner mercenaries sent to Ukraine, only 10,000 remain, the rest having either been killed, wounded, captured, or going missing. All right, well, and then you go to the same Ukraine form again. Prigozhin performs no command functions in Wagner military intel. No, he's not. I mean, Jesus. He's the boss. He's the one who is like the CEO. A CEO, or let's say, how do you call the investors? Well, he's got the most share, the shareholder. He's not involved in as a shareholder in big decisions, everyday decisions. He's involved in big decisions if he is a shareholder. He put his money, the company is there, He has majority of shares, and he's the boss. I'm guessing this guy the same. He's not a fighter. He never claimed to be. As far as I know, I'm just upset with how these guys are whistling, using the terms. But anyway, that's according to Andrei Yusov. Okay, Prigozhin's key function is media-related and political. He does not directly command combat unit. We knew that. He does not chair the headquarters. We knew that. His task is to ensure funding. Correct. Okay, so where is the big deal here? Yuri, whatever your name was, Yusov. What's the big deal? But it's interesting. It's interesting that these guys are claimed. How should I put it? That he's in charge. Yeah, he might be in charge. So what's the whole point with this? Is how they did on Ukraine Forum, the new voice of Ukraine. I think this is as I stated a minute ago. I think that this guy Prigozhin got a little bit, I don't know, successful. That's not the word. Well known among certain Russians, certain groups of Russians, just to mind my mouth. And I think they don't want to create, martyrs or, examples or idols or something like that. So they try to obviously do something. He never claimed that he's the big Napoleon or anything like Zelensky, who's always coming and everybody come and say the greatest, he's on Times Magazine cover and all that, the great defender of... He's a clown, all right? And this guy is just a weasel who makes some money and is involved in this business to make money. Do you think he's involved over there to do what? Make money, power, influence. That's what he is. I don't know how much patriotism he has, the same as Zelensky. I don't know how much patriotism. They say they are patriotic and all that, but in reality, their positions are... Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.